So I had a question from a subscriber, and the guy asked me, lady asked me, what causes a narcissist to wake up? So that is our title for this video. I decided to do a video on this. I talked about the narcissist awakening. I told you guys that the empath wakes up the same way the narcissist will also wake up. But there's a question. What causes the narcissist's awakening? I'll explain. If you look close, you'll realize that the narcissist walks through life they walk through life in a cycle. Okay, so they finish that victim, they'll drop them somewhere else, they'll run off, they get a new one, they'll abuse that one as well. Now they'll drop off that one, they're going to meet another one. Now that cycle is not going to stop, that cycle is going to continue. Now I've told you guys, the narcissist will finish their entire life moving from one victim to another, destroying very beautiful souls. I'll show you what I'm doing. You know, I told you I like doing these videos and like vlogs. I do them like vlogs, yeah? I'll show you what I'm doing and then we are learning at the same time. You see that? So I'm doing the beach walk. Okay, let's carry on. The narcissist will have a lot of victims on their journey. When they are finished one, they'll move to the next one. The cycle will repeat. When that one is exhausted, maybe broken or whatever, maybe sometime killed, they'll drop off that one and they go to the next one. And usually, a narcissist is going to choose to entangle with empaths. I've told you this many times. These empaths are going somewhere, okay? They have destiny. They are very beautiful people, very vibrant people. They are going somewhere in life, okay? So the empaths are the narcissists entangle with these empaths for that particular reason. Energy, supply, validation, everything they need, they will get. Now, as the narcissist gets older, so does their narcissism grow and become more dangerous and more toxic as well. So let me give an example. A narcissist who is around 20 years old, they may not have been as dangerous as a narcissist who has reached their 40s. So the one who has reached their 40s, even if they're not self-aware, they may not be self-aware. Like, for example, I recently awakened my narcissistic father, narcissistic parent, okay? I'm the one who awakened that parent. So they had been involved in this cycle that they didn't know was narcissism. So when I woke up from a dysfunctional family system, that's when that individual also woke up. Because finally they understood who they are and they understood everything about narcissistic abuse as well. All right. Let's talk about the super empath. Now, an empath may not pretty much be very dangerous earlier on in their journey. They may be pretty much like everybody else. They may be regular guys, doing regular things, entangled with narcissists, okay, going through abuse and everything. It could be happening for the most part of their lives. But let me tell you something. One day, that empath reaches something what they call a dead end. So they feel They have been taken for a ride and they feel they can no longer handle this. It is beyond their control and they are fed up. When an empath awakens, let's say, and they understand that they have been taken for a ride, it has been ages and this empath has been taken for a ride by toxic people, those narcissists and stuff like that. They've been taken for a ride. The empath is going to fight back. Okay? So I'm bringing to you guys the evolution of a super empath. So that empath, they're going to fight back, but they're not stupid. Okay? They don't fight back in a very foolish way whereby they're just going to go around and cause commotion and chaos everywhere. No. They are very careful when they're doing this. They're going to fight back. And let me surprise you. That empath is not going to put a finger on you. The empath is not going to put a finger on you. It doesn't matter what kind of narcissist you are. Unless you have forced that person to put their hand on you. They are not going to lay a finger on you. But they are going to fight back psychologically. They may even sometimes fight back spiritually. When the empath is fighting back, that is when the game becomes very real for the narcissist. Okay? That's when it becomes very real, because what usually happens is that empath is an empath who has been with the narcissist for a very long period of time. They have mastered the narcissist manipulation and games. They know what they do, they know how they speak, they know what they say, they know how a narcissist moves. What now really happens is that empath, they have mastered everything that the narcissist does to destroy and manipulate people. Now they are going to fire back. So when they are firing back, what they do is that they reflect, okay? They bounce back that energy to the narcissist. Because you see, an empath is a person, you could have been doing everything, they were quiet. They were there, they were quiet, they was not saying anything, they wasn't even bothered. You could do whatever it is you wanted to do, they wasn't speaking. And then one day, they chose to fight back. Because remember, they have been accumulating all this energy for years. They have been watching everything at a distance. They have been taking notes. So when the time comes, they are now going to feel like it's time for them to fight back, okay? It's enough of the BS. They are going to mirror back that energy. But that moment, normally that's the moment which you have heard about, they have talked about in many videos. You guys have heard about people talking about the supernova. That guy or woman, man or woman, is going to go supernova. So when they go supernova, they explode. That empath is going to explode. So when they are exploding, normally what is really happening, they are mirroring back all that energy to the narcissist demons. They are mirroring everything back, okay? And this is something they are not used to taking. They don't know how to handle this. They don't know what to think of it. But it is coming. They are giving it to them 100%. Now, that is exactly when that empath is going to trigger the narcissist to wake up. Because you see, let me tell you something else. The narcissist is afraid to look at themselves in the mirror. Okay, so they're running away from accountability, responsibility. They're running away from themselves. Okay, the narcissists have spent the whole years of their lives running away from themselves. But the only way and the only time a narcissist is going to be forced to look at themselves by force is going to be the moment when they encounter somebody that they call a super empath. A narcissist is afraid of somebody they call a super empath. Because remember that super empath has got the powers. So when they activate those powers, they've got some special powers, whereby once those powers have been activated, those super empaths are able to stand up against abuse, and they're going to reflect all that narcissistic energy back to the narcissist. And that is when the narcissist is able to see themselves for the very first time in the mirror. And they do not like what they see. So that is when actually a super empath triggers the awakening moment for the narcissist. But the awakening moment can happen also in different ways. Let's say, for example, the narcissist can hit rock bottom. Okay? This is another way for you guys who have been asking how these narcissists awaken. So there's another way. A narcissist can hit rock bottom. Okay? They reach the dead end, whereby it's finished. It's game over for them. No more games. Everything is gone. Their health is finished. Their business is finished. So they hit rock bottom. So normally when a narcissist hits rock bottom, they may have a chance to go and seek some help somewhere. Now it depends where they're going to get that help. For example, they may run around and go talk to a therapist. Okay? They may talk to a psychologist. They may talk to a doctor. It depends on what setting is going on in their lives. And that therapist is going to bounce back that energy. Is going to tell the energy, that narcissist, that listen, according to what the story you've told me, the story that you said, the story you've talked about, there's a very big chance you may have NPD. Okay, so the psychologist or the therapist may drop something what they call the truth bomb. Okay, and that bomb is going to hit that narcissist very straight in the face, very hard in the face. They may tell them that, hey, listen, maybe according to the things you've told me, you may be struggling with NPD. So that is what is going to trigger that person to awaken. Okay? Sometimes, some other narcissists, it may be sometimes maybe spontaneous. They may be watching a couple of videos, or maybe they may be reading certain kind of books, and they may notice that somebody who is speaking in that video, for example, if it's a life coach, they are talking about them. A narcissist could discover that, oh, this person, the way they are speaking is like they're talking about them, you know? And if it's about narcissism, then they may now start to actually understand that they could be the narcissists in this case, even if they may not have known it for the longest period of time. So that is also what triggers a person to awaken. They can awaken spontaneously, or they can awaken after a very massive battle with the super empath. Okay, when the super empath goes supernova, or sometimes they can awaken when they do a stop, they make a stop at the local psychologist or therapist, and that's when that person may give them the truth bomb. Now, whatever happens after that truth or whatever that awakening, it can vary in so many cases. And narcissists may be sometimes consider continuing therapy or visiting with a regular psychologist or whatever. They may consider going for help, which rarely happens, but sometimes it can happen sometimes. Or they may just let it go. They may say, okay, now they know the truth, they know who they are. They're gonna just continue knocking. They're gonna just go around and continue knocking around, just like they've always done. But this time, with awareness that they're narcissists, because before they could have been doing it unconsciously, but this time they're going to be conscious. Yes, they know that they're narcissists, so they will continue knocking. They will not stop knocking. They will continue knocking, but conscious knocking. They know that they're narcissists, so maybe they might up their game a little bit. Okay, they might upgrade or up their game when it comes to knocking. So those are the things and scenarios what causes those narcissists to wake up. Okay, there are some of the cases I can think about. So for the most of you guys who have been asking, you have the answers. Unless there's something I've not mentioned and I've forgotten, you can let us know in the comment section below. You guys do know that I do love and appreciate your support. You can book a session with me if you want to. You may donate or support my channel if you want to. Everything you need, you will find it in the description below. And until then, I will catch you guys in my next one. Desamo signing out. Much love and blessings. Peace.